off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll start out on the ground with Coleman. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
I got him. Regular.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. Play action. Now it's Brady. And that is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, then it results in a sack. Von Miller in there yet again. What else is new? He continues to rewrite the record book in single-season sacks. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
Hey, Charlie.
Now Carr. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Hey, nice 7. I got you, boy. Check 55 to Mike. Check 55.
Shotgun now for Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Daniil Hunter in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. They got to figure this out. They got to figure him out. 4 sacks last week. Now 1 in the first quarter. What do?
Well, great pass rushers usually have a go-to move, but the best pass rushers, they have counters to their go-to move. So they'll show you that. Then when you adjust, they counter it and still get to the quarterback. And you don't pile up that many sacks. What do you have, 4 in the game last week? Without having some go-to moves with counters.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Wait, set. Wait, 20.
Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run, watch the run. Watch the run.
Wait, 28.
Right back to Coleman here on first down. And he'll be brought down right at midfield after a gain of only a couple.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming for you, son.
Hey, 66.
On second down, it's Coleman. 20. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Tevin Coleman with his 28th touchdown, drawing level with Sean Alexander for the second most in a single year. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Hey, we're good, we're good. You right, Eddie?
Strip that ball.
Ready, 9.
53, check 53. I got it. Check.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long.
6-18.
Mike, 55. Check 55. Mike. It's just me and you. It's you.
Operating from the gun, Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. Jalen Smith with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. Here's the Panthers punter now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments. Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. A pass for negative yardage, obviously no good. Maybe he shouldn't have thrown it, or maybe he shouldn't have caught it.
And I think we were seeing it at the same time, weren't we? Maybe you let that one go, right? Because you can see the lost yardage about to develop, but that goes against every instinct of a receiver. They're taught to catch everything, so it's really hard to be mad at him and yell at him for trying to make that play.
Brady going to throw. He's going to air one out for Anderson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Taken in at the 22. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time, and out will come the offense as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101.
Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Danielle Hunter racking up sack number 12 for him on the year. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon.
Hey, alert three. Swipe Monday down.
Carr now to throw. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And this one will go to the 28-yard line.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And for the Colts, an extra defensive back in there now on third down.
Watch the twist. He's crashing. He's checking crash.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's fourth down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here's the Panthers punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. Second and 9 now from the 21. Now a give right side, Coleman. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Down on the field, we've got an injured Colt after that last play. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now they'll throw with Brady. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. The Colts on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a play fake. Brady. Finding Gabriel complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. A lot of attention paid this week in practice to red zone offense. The coach was optimistic about how it went. We'll see. On 1st and 10, here's Brady. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Nikel Roby-Coleman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
29.
Check, 55 to Mike. And here we go. Watch the pass. Watch the pass.
Carr now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. 1 second left to go.
It leads to 2nd and 10.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball.
Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. This will be fielded at the 8. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up.
Now, 180.
Right there, look, 55. It's our time.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to let this go deep for Lee. This is caught inside the 15. A big play there for Carolina. 47 yards.
It's your first drive of the second half. You're down on the scoreboard. Maybe you just say to yourself, let's take a shot, see if we can shake them up. And, boy, they hit that one.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Marquise Lee with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Gano the extra point, and it's now 17-14. Gano now following the touchdown here to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Colts take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They trail offense first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hey, come on now, come on now. Mike, 55.
Here's Carr. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues.
3rd and 14.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Carr. Flush to his right. And the pressure gets to him again. Anthony Barr comes rumbling in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. That'll be a 50-yard punt with 8 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
The throw on 2nd down by Brady is incomplete.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Myles Garrett in there for the sack, and he's closing in on the all-time record. That's number 19 on the year. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position.
Get down. 180. Let's go, D. Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Express. Go. I'm coming. I'm coming. Let's go. Let's go. And we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Throwing on first down is Carr. And he's going to be swallowed up. Sacked back at the 45-yard line. Danielle Hunter, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Work to be done here on 2nd and 16 after the sack.
Heavy on the edges. Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Hey, 734.
To throw, it's Carr. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Come on. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Wait, that 53.
I got you, son. I got you, son. Watch twitch.
Alert. Goal 50.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Open man is Anderson. 11 yards there as they connect on the quick slant. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Hey, Echo.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. Caught on the left side by Ginn. Oh, he's got some breathing room. Ted Ginn's gonna go. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Ted Ginn scoring a touchdown against his former mates as these guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to Johnson again. Try to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
I know the scouting report on him, he said he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Daniil Hunter in there to get him sack number 14 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
This is fielded at the 27. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Down 80. Get that quarterback D-line. Get that quarterback D-line.
They go play action here on 1st down. Smith catches left side. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be a 2nd down.
Wide, 80.
47-yard line.
Watch the run. Watch the run.
No, 66.
2nd down, McKinnon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
Let's go, baby.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, that's almost a tendency breaker.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
At the 38-yard line.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Out to the right, here's McKinnon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Third down and 7.
Wait, 20!
Hey. Watch the safety creep.
Don't band it!
Back to throw, Brady. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked up by Josh Jones. And he is all the way up past the 25. You got the slim lead late and the football, so why are you throwing it there?
Remember during the year when we asked one of the head coaches, if you're in this spot, why would you throw the ball? And he talked about trust in his quarterback and trust in his offense.
But still.
And then at the end he kind of went, yeah, not really a good reason.
Right. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Wait, set! Ready? Rip!
On first down, McKinnon. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this fourth quarter.
Wait, set! 53! Yeah.
Got double tight.
Wait,
They run once more with McKinnon. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
Regular!
They'll look to pick it up with McKinnon. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you got to feel good about your chances.
The kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. Daniil. Hunter. And it'll be a second and long.
Yeah, that's how we do it, D. Ready? Check, pick it up. Let's pick it up. It's out of time, guys. Out of time. Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field.
So this one winds up an Indianapolis victory, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.